Marshall. Right now. And this Educators Bill of Rights is something we're working on negotiating into all public school educators' contracts.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then if you access to the QR code, I don't know, you probably heard about the big public education reform. It's, a very rapidly changing situation. So help yourself to some swag.
Oh my gosh, awesome.
If you want to endorse the Educators Bill of Rights, you can sign your
Do we have to
name.
be an educator to endorse it?
No,
Oh,
if you agree with it and you think it's a good idea, it's
sign or print.
you could just sign, yeah. Thank you for stopping. And there's all kinds of stickers and kitties. Yeah, they're totally cute, yeah. Oh yeah, and I think that is for an event that's kind of like a follow-up to this event. It's like, I think more like a training. What a beautiful day for this, too. Thank goodness,
We're about to start.
Hi, I'm Lena.
I'm Lumi.
Lumi, nice to meet you.
Chair the select or the appointed select board person.
You guys know about all right, there's rallies to protect Medicaid from some of the cuts that are coming down.
Okay.
There's one in Newport in the Northeast Kingdom next weekend, and then in Burlington the following.
Yeah, I feel you.
You want a flyer too, or you guys have it? Awesome. Cool. Yeah, thanks for coming.
Can I put your sign on the phone?
Oh, sure, just the sign. Peacefully made. Where's the back?
Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's good stuff. I'm more of a smooth jazz kind of fellow, but I can appreciate reggae any day. I mean, kind of a different
Hey guys.
Okay, but I'm not a union worker. I work for a small business. I like what you're doing. Who are you? Get out of here.
That's fine. Part of what the labor conference is about. You can talk about that's if they say that about.
I was new there
What up? We're trying to get a contract. Give us our contract. I know one of these people. I don't know.
Since they're not a public entity, I don't know how to get on.
Also, we have some over there. I just grabbed what I thought was.
How's you guys?
This is we got some weird views. UAW staff. Are like
Are y'all missing anything?
That's the biggest way to show up when we're having a rally.
All right. Thank you very much. And who are you guys?
I was wondering who actually ran the Prague Party.
Yeah, so I run the run the I can't talk. Run the club. Or do they just kind of use
I'm sure at some upper level, all the main unions work for them or anything. Who's going to go first?
Yep.
Who's got the best lever?
Right.
Say it's fair?
Yeah, right. You would be that.
And
your right, and we have porta potties behind the stage. So come down in front.
Good morning. We're serving Trump pancakes this morning.
Trump pancakes?
Yeah, let me show you how it's done if you're taking a little video. We got Trump's silhouette here.
All right, everybody. Please
And then we got a little whipped cream.
Resistance drummer.
There's hair.
All right, guys, take it away.
So who are you?
I'm just an independent, called performance artist, I guess.
Say what? In that corner. Okay, yeah, let's scoot over, everybody. Away from the wasps. Ready? Ready?
started, we have an announcement for one of our key labor leaders in the city of Burlington. Please give it up for the president of AFSCME 1674, Andy Blanchett.
Hey everybody, how
the right speaker, I guess the left speaker if you're looking at the stage, where you'll find the rest of your union members. We're going to march together with our banner, Solidarity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Andy. Hello, everybody. My name's Carol Ann. I am also part of AFSCME 1674 and also a member of Green Mountain Democratic Socialists of America. It's amazing seeing everybody out here today. Honestly, just the smile on your faces, seeing the drummers wake you all up and get ready to march. I want everybody just take a look around you, look to your left, look to your right, look behind you, say hi to people, smile at them, because this right here is your community in action. While Trump and the billionaires work to divide and conquer us, we keep fighting. As they slash Medicaid and funding for education, we keep fighting. While they attempt to dismantle and strip workers of their rights, we keep fighting. That is right. And you want to know why we keep fighting? Because we know that the people united will never be defeated. Say it with me. The people united will never be defeated. Again, the people united will never be defeated. Let's start. People united will never be defeated. All right. All right. So like I said, I'm Carol Ann. I'm here with my co-MC, Ashley. And we are so excited to see you all and welcome you here today. We rallied today in response to a call by the May Day Strong Coalition, a national network of unions and community organizations led by the Chicago Teachers Union. That's right! We are one of thousands of protests happening across the country today. We are making history. The goal of all of us coming together is to strengthen our coalition, our unity as people as we work towards mass protests and job actions in May Day 2026. The struggle to defend our democracy, rights, wages, benefits, and programs cannot be won without each of you showing up, just like you did today. Woo! That is why we will be holding a day-long People's Summit at the Winooski High School on October 25th. This will be a conference to educate, organize, plan, and build the resistance. So if you'd like to know what your next step will be, find the flyers. They'll be going around the crowd. Stop at the tables, talk to anybody with a shirt like Ashley's on, and we will tell you what you can do to keep the resistance moving. All right, Ashley.
All right, everybody, give it up for Karen. Brothers, sisters, siblings, welcome to Labor Day 2025. My name's Ashley Smith. I'm a proud member of the National Writers Union, the Tempest Collective, and the Vermont Coalition for Palestinian Liberation. Siblings, we are in a state of emergency today. Trump has launched a class war on every single one of us. He's putting billionaires first and workers last. He's giving tax cuts to the billionaires and ripping up regulation on corporations to let the free market run wild at our expense. He's fired 300,000 workers. He's stripped union rights for over 1 million federal employees. He's destroying essential programs for the working class in this country. He's destroying the National Labor Relations Board. He's laying war and siege to Medicare, Health and Human Services, public education, and even FEMA, which is essential to bail us out of the climate catastrophe. He's using the oldest trick in the book, to get away with this assault. He's trying to divide and conquer us, pitting us against one another, scapegoating migrants, scapegoating trans people, scapegoating women, scapegoating people of color, scapegoating black people, and scapegoating Palestinians and Palestine solidarity activists. And he's trying to destroy our democracy. He's going to gerrymander the forthcoming midterm elections. He's trying to end mail-in ballots, and he's deployed the National Guard and ICE throughout the country to try and suppress people's confidence to come out and vote. Our democracy hangs in the balance. He's pairing that class war at home with war abroad. He's raised the Pentagon budget to over $1 billion this year. He's bankrolling and arming the genocide in Gaza. He's selling out Ukraine to Russia. He's preparing for war with China, and he's threatening to annex Greenland, Panama, and even Canada. And he just deployed the U.S. Navy throughout the Caribbean under the cover of the war on drugs, but in fact, to deploy the U.S. military against the people of Latin America. The labor movement today is drawing a line in the sand. We built this country. It cannot run without us. And we're going to take it back from Trump and his billionaire clique. We will not let them divide us. We know that an injury to one is an injury to all. We know that solidarity is the only way to win. When anybody is under attack, we are all under attack. And when they come for any of us, all of us will defend them, and without exception. No one is coming to save us. We have to save ourselves. We cannot wait for the midterms. The state of emergency is now, and we have to act. We are the saviors we've been waiting for. We have the power to stop Trump ourselves. But we know that we are not yet fit to fight. That's why today we mobilize, march, and rally to get ourselves organized, to build our unions, to build the coalitions, to build every single political organization, so we can deploy our power as workers to shut this country down and stop Donald Trump in his tracks. We are fighting not just to stop Trump. We are fighting for a country and a world that puts people and the environment first and banishes billionaires to history. So who's got the power? We've got the power. What kind of power? Workers' power. Who's got the power? We got the power. What kind of power? Who's got the power? We got the power. What kind of power? Welcome to Labor Day 2025. All right, for our first two speakers, we have key leaders of the labor movement right here in Burlington, right up at the hospital. Please welcome Nicole DeVita, the president of the Vermont Federation of Nurses and Health Professionals, and Jacob Berkowitz, president of UVM Medical Staff United. Please give it up for Nicole and Jacob.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's an honor to be here with all of you today. As Ashley mentioned, my name is Nicole DeVita. I am the president of the Vermont Federation of Nurses and Health Professionals, proudly representing 3,000 nurses and technical professionals at the medical center. I also serve as the president of healthcare for AFT Vermont, representing 12,000 healthcare and higher ed workers in the state. I call on you here today, all of you, in this pivotal moment to stand together to protect working class America and to stand up to the billionaire class that is calling the shots in our country. From the day of the presidential inauguration, where we saw billionaires line up in the front row, the working class has been under attack. They have taken over our agencies, our economy, and our country as a whole. We have seen attack on our health care with historic cuts to Medicaid in an already fragile and broken health care system. One we see right in the state today that holds one of the most expensive health care systems in the nation. With these cuts, our local communities are at risk of losing access to care because of clinic closures, some of which have already occurred. Our hospitals are already short-staffed. Our nurses, our technical professionals, and LRNAs are caring for patients with less instead of more, and this will only worsen. It creates unsafe conditions for both the patient and the worker by inhibiting our ability to provide the highest quality of care that our community deserves and has come to expect from us. We have seen the billionaire class directly attacking the workers of America by dismantling the National Labor Relations Board, making it unable to function at the national level. The most recent attack rescinded the collective bargaining rights from 1 million federal workers, a tremendous display of union-busting activities. Unions have been responsible for the improvement in the American workplace. Safer workplace conditions, improved health care, better wages, abolish child labor, your 8-hour workday are just a few of the highlights of what the working class has fought for and won since the 19th century. We cannot allow the attack on American workers, on our unions, to continue. The ethos loudly echoed here is an injury to one is an injury to all. But I would like to call attention to another famous set of words you may recognize from a vital component of history that is the framework of our democracy: we the people. That's right. Let me say it again: we the people, which our Constitution so righteously begins with, means a supermajority, the 99%, and we cannot and will not allow the 1%, the billionaire class, to dial back the hands of time and weaken the American working class. Now is the time to band together in solidarity, because no singular person is coming to save us. It's up to us, the workers. At this time, I'd like to introduce my colleague and union sibling, Jacob Berkowitz.
Thank you, Nicole. I'll underscore what Nicole has just said. And take a moment to paint a picture of what we face across the country, but especially here in Vermont, where our aging and relatively poor population will continue to suffer. The cruel austerity measures in healthcare and beyond won't just mean less money in your pocket and more in those of pharmaceutical and insurance executives. And it won't just mean longer wait times to see a doctor or more hurdles to organize a union. There are life and death consequences to where we are headed. Exponential housing expenses and loss of major public services like Medicaid mean even more will slip into the abyss of homelessness or addiction. Emergency departments, already serving as glorified shelters for the destitute, will be stretched to the breaking point. With people in dire need of social and mental health services costing much more money than simply providing them housing and preventative care. Violence against healthcare workers, already staggering, will become more normalized. Burnout in crucial areas of patient care will become a blaze that removes whatever is left of care from healthcare. Hospital closures in rural areas will look like laboring mothers driving an extra hour in the winter to give birth at a properly equipped facility. Lack of funding for scientific research will usher in a medical dark age, except of course for the development of AI to replace human workers so oligarchs can satiate their endless greed with vain trinkets. While it is not fair to expect it of us, our best defense against the robber barons of the ruling class are our unions and the community members who stand up for what's right. Not just against bad bosses or public officials, but against the apathy and fear that has led our society to flirt with fascism. We must fight with a love and respect for our fellow person that our opponents are simply not capable of. In the end, our solidarity can disrupt the forces that hold us down. It is not and will not be easy. But to those feeling despair at the state of healthcare, the attacks on workers, or the decline of the institutions that allow this country to function, I urge you to remember something MLK once said that has certainly stuck with me. The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice. I'm honored to bend the arc with you all today and in the years to come. Solidarity forever.
All right, thank you, Jacob. And I'm back again. Hello, everybody. You're doing an incredible job clapping and shouting. This is the type of energy we need to hear today. So, as you can see, I'm holding a blue bucket with a big QR code that says donate. This event is people-powered. We do not have any corporate sponsors. We don't want them. We are fueled by unions and social organizations. Please donate if you can. These buckets are going to go all the way around, all throughout the crowd. They'll be there during the march too. Thank you, Vivon, our lovely volunteers, holding it up so you can see it again. I will also introduce our second speaker now, who is Caitlin McLeod-Loomer. She is Vermont Teacher of the Year. Woo!
Hi everybody, what a beautiful day to celebrate the power of workers. I'm really used to speaking to a group of high school students, but I'm pretty sure you all have a lot more energy than my Block 1 English class does. I'm a proud public school teacher at Winooski High School, a proud Vermont NEA member. And today, when we celebrate workers, I have to tell you that I have the best work in the world. It is the most fun, the most rewarding, the most challenging, but also the most creative job to be a high school teacher. And yet, teachers today are carrying enormous responsibilities. In our classroom, we do so much more than teach math and science and reading. We help our students navigate grief, anxiety, poverty, and the chaos of our world that too often leaves them behind. We feed our children when they are hungry, we buy them jackets when they are cold, and in Winooski, we become a sanctuary for our most vulnerable students. At Winooski High School, last week we welcomed high school students on Thursday. But it was a week before that I had students showing up in my classroom. And then again the next day and the next day. I had to keep reminding them that school did not in fact start yet. Miss Caitlin, how can I help you? Miss Caitlin, let me tell you about my summer. Miss Caitlin, I have to tell you this thing. See, long before the first bell rings, our classrooms are places of safety and belonging for our students. We do this all while facing enormous challenges, understaffing, stagnant wages, old buildings, and political attacks designed to weaken both our profession and undermine our students' future. We do this while our own legislature threatens our public schools and while families in our community are being torn apart by ICE. And yet, here's the truth. Public education is one of the most powerful democratic institutions we have left.
It's where our young people learn not just the facts, but they learn the values of community, of fairness, and of justice. It's where my students learn that their voices matter and that they matter in our community, in our state, and in our world. That's exactly why teachers are so important right now. Because if classrooms and schools are places of truth and empathy and belonging, then classrooms like mine are also places of hope. And that scares those who would rather see us divided and silent. But we can see today we are not silent and we are not alone. Our power doesn't come from one classroom or one school. Our power comes from the power of our unions. It comes from standing shoulder to shoulder with our nurses, our janitors, our bus drivers, our food workers, with every single person who knows the simple truth that when workers are united, we cannot be ignored. Today, I'm proud to represent teachers across our state who stand with workers. I'll remind you that it is not billionaires who teach your kids, but it is ordinary working class Vermonters and neighbors. When teachers fight, we aren't just fighting for ourselves, we are fighting for local public schools where your children can feel heard and seen. We are fighting for safe schools, for libraries, for school counselors and nurses. And our fight is your fight, and when we fight together, we win. This Labor Day, let us remember that attacks on any of our unions are attacks on democracy itself. When they try to strip away our rights, when they pit us against each other, when they try to starve public schools of funding and funnel it into private institutions, they are trying to silence us. But we know better. We know that our classrooms are places of hope and that teachers will never stop fighting for our students. We know that together, whether in the classroom, on the picket line, or here in Burlington, today we are unstoppable. The quote that was shared earlier, I have the same quote in my room, but Barack Obama added that the arc of the moral universe does not bend on its own, it bends when we work together. And we are here today to work together to demand more for our students and more for our state. We know when teachers rise, when workers rise, then and only then does we get the state and our country that we deserve. Thank you so much.
Please give it up for Caitlin. I wish I had a teacher like that when I was in school. We need teachers that fight for themselves and everybody, and that's the example that the NEA and Winooski has set for all of us. Now, are you ready to march? Are you ready to fight? Are you ready to take down the Trump regime? All right, a couple of announcements and then we'll get on the move. First, will the resistance drummers come to stage right, your left, down here, and get behind the banner? They'll be leading the march behind our main banner, which reads, "Don't mourn, organize." So everybody should funnel down there when we get the march started.
big enough house that we're just like, oh, it's nice to have a big house. Yo, I'm gonna need you to turn off the car. Hey.
Yeah, I love these slides.
Nice.
See your sign? Yours is good. Yours is upside down.
You got anybody else? Anybody else from your office?
I've got my motorcycle. So I'll be over at City Market in a few minutes. Yeah, I'm coming.
I like a little bit the spring that happened when I was in high school.
Yeah.
It's kind of race, you know. Yeah, right. You've seen somebody that,
What brought you down here instead of...
We used to live in Tucson for about 20 years.
So,
yeah. I don't know where they live. I'm pretty sure there's people like maybe it's but I have to believe that because I have to have fun with it.
Oh yeah, there's a donation. Oh, okay. Bob. Val.
I'm doing some chanting, Should we do the Workers United?
Thanks. Come on, boy.
It's just a sign.
oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Look at how pretty those women. Yep. That I remember.
Hello, Jane.
Oh, hi. I'm okay. I'm glad to meet you here. Of course.
Administration could not to work illegal. And what can we go?
I was working.
I think there's a talent. It looks like a skill.
That's the important thing.
This maneuvering to get, the speaker to listen like that. I think that one.
Was it a band? Was it a band?
What are you talking about? People are constantly out on the street.
What this comes from oppression is the mask of fear.
It's part of it. On the way there, you can go freaking.
My mom wanted a picture of that. We didn't want glasses. Slow it down.
Sharon, did you see Sharon?
Oh, look at this one.
Hey, Charlotte.
Hello.
Good to see you.
AFT Vermont, the American Federation of Teachers Vermont. Let's hear it up for teachers, educators, nurses, higher ed, and healthcare. I have the huge honor today of introducing my friend and a pillar of this community, the president of AFSCME 1674, Andy Blanchett.
Please forgive me, it's a little wobbly on the step. It's good to see everybody. How are you all doing? Hello, my name is Andy Blanchett. I work full-time at Howard Center as a career coach in developmental services, but I'm speaking to you all within my capacity as union president of AFSCME Local 1674. AFSCME 1674 represents fellow union workers at Howard Center, Soteria House of Pathways, Vermont, Spectrum Basic Needs workers, Rights and Democracy workers, and custodians at St. Michael's College. Give it up. I want everyone to look at the building behind me. This was, until a couple months ago, solely the developmental services home of Howard Center, the designated agency of Chittenden County. That means in Chittenden County, those who qualify for services, especially Medicaid recipients, must be offered services by Howard Center. Dozens of populations of people in this county rely on these services to survive, grow, and thrive. We serve our entire community, such as people with disabilities, people with substance use disorder, students in schools, people experiencing homelessness, and people experiencing mental health crises.
Yes, we do.
Now, 3 months ago, HR and Admin Services and executive leadership, including CEO Sandy McGuire, moved into the top floor of the developmental services building behind me to cut costs. A cramped building that already did not meet the needs of union workers to provide one-to-one direct support to the people we serve has now become even less accessible to workers and our clientele seeking services. Now, this is just emblematic of the practice within social services all across this country, to do more with less and less and less. Every year we are expected to wake up and work ourselves to the bone with wages that can't even keep up with the cost of living, let alone inflation. Howard Center has always struggled with retention of staff, but currently we're in a turnover rate which mimics and may even surpass the rate of turnover during COVID. Sandy McGuire says she wants to ensure Howard Center can function sustainably into the uncertain future. We contend that the only way this agency can be truly sustainable in providing essential services to our community is if it chooses to pay its developmental service union workers who do the services that pay Sandy McGuire's paycheck a livable wage. Sound it out. Sorry, guys. As it stands, there are workers who would rather quit their jobs after parental leave than return to work because their wages cannot afford to pay their child care. There are workers who quit because their wages cannot cover the extortionary level of rent in this county. At this rate, who will provide these services to our most vulnerable neighbors if federal funding is cut, state funding remains at its abysmal rate, and designated agencies, like Howard Center, don't address the root causes of their astronomical turnover rates? The federal government has made it clear social services have never been a priority, and the ruling class's billionaires are hell-bent on keeping the working class, which is everybody here, in such a destitute state that we lose the energy to fight back. But are we going to let them win? No! I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Are we going to let them win? No! That's right, we will never stop fighting for the future we all deserve. If the federal government isn't going to ensure that there's well-funded and therefore well-staffed social services, then we must turn our immediate attention to the state of Vermont. What the state of Vermont has done over the last several decades has kept things barely moving along in terms of social services, but has been insufficient and will be woefully insufficient when Trump's reduction of Medicaid services goes into effect. We call on Phil Scott and the state legislature to immediately increase funding for designated agencies with strings attached to ensure agencies use funding to increase wages for direct service workers and to maintain critical programs to make up for the major losses in funding expected from the federal government. It's the least they can do. None of us want to see agencies like Howard Center continue this trend of closing down essential programs and laying off its direct staff because they fear future cuts to funding. That's unacceptable. Instead, the state of Vermont has the opportunity to be a leader in this country by prioritizing people over profit. This can be done by increasing the tax of the wealthiest Vermonters and using those funds to both vastly increase funding for social services and to create a real system of universal health care. For years, this has been pushed to the side in the interest of both Republican and Democratic Party donors. It is well past time for our governor and legislature to find the political will to do right by working Vermonters and get the ultra-wealthy to pay their fair share so the rest of us can afford to live. On behalf of every member behind me, deeply appreciate every one of you coming out today to stand in solidarity with AFSCME Local 1674 members this Labor Day. And in particular, standing in solidarity with union workers in Howard Center. Our community needs everything from us. Solidarity forever. Call for a non-violent army of the poor. And we want to talk about all of you, all the people here today. We're estimated that there are 2,500 people here. That is one of the biggest labor needs. Right? We're here because this latest administration is not the start of the war on the poor. It is not the start of the war on the worker. It is a continuation of years of attacks on the working class. And the answer to that? The answer to that is to organize. Right? So I'm going to do a chant with y'all. All right? I'm going to say, you only get, and you're going to say, what you're organized to take. You only get what you're organized to take. You only get what you're organized to take. All right, it is my honor today to introduce Gary Stewart, who is here to share on behalf of his union.
Yeah, it's kind of shaky. Thank you. Hi, I'm Gary Stewart, Vice President and one of the stewards of UE 203 City Market. Now, I heard you, but I think management haven't heard you. So do that one more time for our manager's sakes. Thank you. They need to hear that. City Market, which is one of the locals of the eastern region of UE, the United Electrical, Radio, and Machine Workers of America. Our local, now 20 years old, is a proud member of UE, one of the largest, most progressive member-run unions in the United States. Formed in 1936, UE is composed of union shops across the United States, with locals in eastern, central, and western regions of our nation. It proudly represents and advocates for American workers locally, regionally, and nationally. UE is known for fighting for women's rights, opposing racial and sexual orientation and gender identity discrimination, advocating for immigrants, and protecting workers' interests in environmental and financial policies. While still maintaining its core constituents, UE has greatly expanded its membership in the past 2 years through its outreach and organizing efforts to graduate workers at American universities and colleges, providing UE with the energy, insight, and passions of young workers. And I just came from the National UE Convention, and I saw a lot of them, and believe me, they have a lot of passion. Now, let me tell you what a union can do for you. Did you know that just over 10% of workers in the United States are unionized, and that less than 7% are those in the private sector? Since their beginnings, unions have proven to improve work conditions, pay, benefits, job performance, job satisfaction, and quality of life. Let's hear it for unions! The global stats supporting our national union, our members have been UET, but it is in this country,
Forward a bit so that I can put you.
We have the means through our contract to push back. And push back we do.
Did trainings and a rally, and so it was a good experience for me.
Workers at the city market know that if you open
Actually, I was
Standing is great.
with the
Hello, Jane.
Hi there.
Good to see you.
I thought that's what it was for.
and also other
Palestine, Israel,
We are? Today is September. Okay. So I am semi-retired. I don't know what day it is.
That sounds so inspirational.
Yeah. Getting my stomach in it.
I'm guessing we're going to go down and also go.
Get down! Burlington's a union town. Get up! Get down! Burlington's a union town. Get up! Get down! Burlington's a union town. Burlington's a union town. Get down! Burlington's a union town. Get down! Burlington's a union town. Get down! Burlington's a union town. I'm with Planned Parenthood, Northern New England United.
I don't want to take very long, but was asked to speak briefly about what our organization is going through. The reality is that organizations like Planned Parenthood do not have very long left. Under this organization, the system was never going to let it survive. I ask that all of you here find ways to organize beyond this rally, because these events are still only part of step one to building a society where everything we need is provided. Part of that can include donating. The donation buckets should be making their way around. Please give as you are able to. There will also be a day-long People's Summit on October 25 at Winooski High School. Flyers will be getting distributed. Register today. Bring coworkers, fellow students, and your community members, please. For other ways to get involved, two speakers I'll be introducing on behalf of the Vermont Worker Center and Food Not Cops are good ways to show up for your community. The first will be Jenny Mina, speaking on behalf of the Worker Center. And with Food Not Cops, Ray has been serving the hungry of Burlington for the past 5 years. With lived experience. And while they make their way up here, some chants. Funds for food and education! Funds for food and education, not for bombs and deportation!
The Vermont Workers Center, and we are part of the Nonviolent Medicaid Army that organizes in 12 states. Thank you. I'm with the Vermont Workers Center, and we're part of the Nonviolent Medicaid Army that organizes in 12 states under the inspiration of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s call for an organized, nonviolent army of the poor and dispossessed, united across race, borders, and other manufactured lines of division. We're so proud to be here with you today with all these amazing comrades and community, because we know our labor, our creativity, and our collective power is everything. This summer, Congress and the current administration passed their big, beautiful bill for billionaires. That would cut millions of people from Medicaid, SNAP, and housing, while massively expanding ICE and the military. Shame! We've seen what our amazing siblings at Migrant Justice have gone through this summer with being detained and cut from their families and their lives. Shame. This is just the latest attack on a decades-long war on the poor and the working class. And that's why we stand as a community union of people from any and all workplaces, fields, or states of unemployment, disability, or dispossession. Hell yes. We're fighting for Medicaid for all, for health care as a human right, because everybody has a right to live. We stand united to take back our rights from a greedy and destructive 1%, committing policy murder here in Vermont, across the country, and on our siblings in Palestine, whose health care has been systematically destroyed by blatant, disgusting genocide. Please join me in call and response. When I say everybody has, you say the right to live. Everybody has the right to live. Everybody has the right to live. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Ray. So, first of all, I want to thank you all for being here. You beautiful faces, all you hard workers, all of you transgender, BIPOC, Black, from around the world, everybody, thank you so much for being here. I want to address something very, very, very local. and very, very close to my heart, and that's housing. Specifically here in Burlington. I have a question, and I want the business owners to listen to this. How do you expect your workers to live in the town that you are driving us out of? How do you expect us to live here, landlords, if you're going to be putting them damn prices out of our reach where we can't even work for those prices? How are we supposed to live in those houses if we're going to be doing 3, 4, 5 jobs? If we're going to be having other people raise our kids? I'm mad because I'm seeing a lot of my friends get kicked out of their houses and have nowhere to go. And then I got to cook for them. I'm mad. I shouldn't have to. You all shouldn't have to be here. I'm sorry, I'm really bad at public speaking. I was never afraid to go through City Hall Park. Never. The last 2 months I've been walking barefoot up and down Church Street. I've been walking all around Tyrone barefoot. I've got the calluses and I've got the blisters to prove it. And of all of the sores on my feet, not a damned one of them came from a needle on the street. I felt really safe up until about a week ago. I'd say probably last Monday. Now we got cops crawling all over the place. We got people who are now going hungry because they can't get to the places where the food is being served to them because they've been no trespass. And you're telling them to leave, but where the fuck are they supposed to go? And then when you no trespassing from Church Street, who the hell do you got left to work for you? You've outpriced everybody on their housing and you no trespass the other half. Emma, if you're listening, we voted for you. We put you in office, and you ain't listening. Where is Governor Scott? That's right. Uncle Bernie, where are you?
Where is the mayor?
Where's the mayor? So, I ask you, when you get back to City Hall Park, make sure you save space for those who were there first. Because we are there only sharing their space. The space is for everybody. Everybody. I love you all. Make sure you come get your food because we have got it for free. People's Kitchen is going to be out there feeding everybody. Please come down, get you a bite. And if you don't have a plate, I will find you and I will bring it to you. Love you.
Thank you, Ray. It's thanks to leaders like you that we at Vermont is what it is. Unless you've been living under a rock, you might not know, our nation is occupied by the military. And the same forces that are militarizing DC are silencing workers, breaking strikes, slashing wages, and arresting organizers. But when the bosses in the state come for one of us, they come for all of us. And this week, we're mobilizing in DC. The big one is going to be September 6th. It's a day of action, and we need labor's voice in the streets. If you're a union member, a teacher, a driver, or a farmer, come to DC and march with us. Your fight is this fight. One struggle, one fight. Liberation is our right. One struggle, one fight. Liberation is our right. One struggle, one fight. Liberation is our right. I'm Jerry Peterson. I'm the leader of 50501 Vermont. DC doesn't have a voice in Congress, but we do. We've got strong unions, deep roots, and a long tradition of showing up when it counts. Vermont workers are organizing rides to DC right now, and we need your help. If you can offer a ride, donate money, or spread the word, come and see us. Reach out to me via email or on Signal or whatever. We will get you to DC if you want to go to DC. Let's make Vermont's voice echo in the capital. Troops out, workers in. That's how the people win. Troops out, workers in. That's how the people win. Troops out, workers in. That's how the people win. Troops out, workers in. That's how the people win. Next up, we've got Jana Assam from Freebird.
On this day, a holiday meant to honor workers in collective struggle, we must confront a brutal truth. Our government is investing not in our well-being, but in our caging. Across the country, we're seeing a militarized crackdown, National Guard troops deployed, ICE expanded, prison construction booming, homelessness criminalized. This is not about safety, it's about control. In Vermont, our so-called progressive haven is not exempt. Since January, over 500 migrant kidnappings have been documented across our state by civilian activists. ICE detentions have swelled our prison populations, and our government plans to build 4 new carceral facilities, starting with a $97 million women's prison. They brand these carceral facilities as trauma-informed, but let us be clear, you cannot heal in a cage. This is part of a broader fascist infrastructure, where punishment replaces care and dissent is met with incarceration. From Gaza to our own communities, we're being primed to accept extreme state violence as normal. The prison industrial complex, ICE, police, prisons, surveillance, and the violence these systems commit, it's not just a tool of authoritarianism, it's its foundation, its lifeblood. As critical resistance reminds us, the prison industrial complex doesn't merely enable authoritarianism, it is the infrastructure of US fascism. There is no fascism without prisons, no liberation without abolition. So I ask you, if now is not the time to abolish prisons, when? Do we allow the powers that be to build up their tools of domination? Do we want a Vermont where dissent, trauma, and poverty are punished and combined? Or one where justice is rooted in care, dignity, and repair? A call to action for you all. On September 11th, the Department of Corrections will be attending the Essex Planning Commission meeting to speak about the zoning request change that would allow them to build new prisons in Essex. We must speak out, show up, and resist. Urge Essex to reject this request because we know this prison will push us closer to tyranny. We at Free Her reject the logic of incarceration, and we reject the lie that cages keep us safe. Workers have always been on the front lines of revolutionary change, and we need you. So let this be the day you join us and say no more prisons. Not in Vermont, not anywhere, because our labor, our love, and our lives deserve more than cages. Thank you.
Thank you. Now it's time to march. We're going to march right back up Church Street, so everyone's turning around and going that way.
Make it look like I have black tears.
Okay, yeah. I think we can do that.
Maybe if you can give me your phone, I could do the tears and then you do the rest.
Sure. Let's do the tears at the end just so we can get the red down. Okay, and then did you want it all over your face or just like up here?
Like here.
Okay, okay. Let's do it.
I am a proletarian revolution.
And for the nose, do you think it'll be red or black?
I think it would also be red, but make this a little like sharp here, like actually like there. All red on those
Or ought to stand on the question of war. In June of 1918, American troops now fighting in Europe gave spoke to a socialist gathering in Canton, Ohio. In this, his most famous speech, he outlined the socialist opposition to the war and gave his unqualified support to the Russian Revolution, which had just taken place under the leadership of Lenin and Trotsky. This was also the speech for which he was sentenced to jail. In the Middle Ages, the feudal lords and barons, the economic predecessors of the capitalists of our day, declared all wars, and their miserable serfs fought all the battles. The poor, ignorant serfs had been taught to fear them, to believe that when their masters declared war upon one another, it was their patriotic duty to fall upon each other and to cut one another's throats for the profit and glory of the laws and battles. And that is war enough. It has
I've heard that
the master class of those who declared war, the subject class of those well, the subject matter has nothing to do with
That's not bad.
Just likes to ride? She did. When she was younger. She's older. She has a daughter now. She works for DCF in St. J.
Yeah, I had worked with various breeds. At one point, I weighed 150 pounds, so that was great. Quarter horses, mortgage, bull bear. When I left the 423 in Idaho,
They alone declare war, and they alone make peace.
I hope it goes through this time.
Exactly. So, yeah, we're doing a new tactic this year because they usurped democracy 2 years ago. So this time we're putting public pressure.
Okay.
Yeah, and you know, five already adopted the apartheid pledge.
We're the PSL, Party for Socialism and Liberation. We have like a national coalition. We ran presidents in the last, or we ran candidates in the last presidential election. Yeah, we're the Vermont chapter. We kind of focus on workers' rights, migrant rights.
That's my sister. And I was like, oh, I can't say what my sister did. No, I can't.
Okay. Oh, that works. Okay, what time do they open? I'm the late.
Recording of the event
Okay.
for the huge crowd and all the noise.
Yeah, I wake up not like
So yeah, my name is Skylar Younger. I am working with the Graduate Student Union over at the University of Vermont. And we are here today in support of the Labor Day protest here in March that's going on. We are trying to raise awareness about how the university has been really fighting us at every single turn just to make sure that graduate students have some basic rights and protections at the workplace and can afford to actually live in the very expensive town of Burlington. But despite the good appearances that the university likes to put forward, they really have shown no interest in actually working with us to make sure that people have dental care, have vision, are, like I said, actually paid a living stipend here. So we're doing everything that we can. We are fighting back for the rights of the workers, and we're hoping to move quickly and efficiently to our first contract and get that signed so that we can enshrine the protections for the workers.
Hi, I'm Adam Franz. I'm the chair of the Vermont Progressive Party Organizing Committee. Was also previously a member of the UVM Progressives, and so here the Progressive Party is represented today at Labor Day in Burlington, Battery Park. We're, if you don't know, the most successful and largest third party in the United States. We've got elected officials here in Burlington and at the statewide level, and we really think that it's important for working class people to be organized and to be represented in the political system. And yeah, Labor Day is a chance to talk about what advances the working class has made in this country and in the world, and what we still need to do to fight for a better world. We believe that a better world is possible, but it's only going to happen if working people stand up and organize together and fight. And so we're here today celebrating the labor movements, celebrating all the causes for social justice, and that working people really need right now. And so, yeah, thanks to CCTV for coming out here today.
Hi, my name is Dr. Samuel Lashoff. I'm here with the CIR, SEIU Residents and Fellows Union. We're just out here representing our union, which was organized to fight for better pay and working conditions for the residents and fellows taking care of our communities in order to fight for healthier communities and better patient care.
Hey, my name is Emmett Avery. I'm here with the Vermont Paid Leave Coalition, and we're working to pass a universal paid family and medical leave bill. And I'm here today to support working people, unions, and make sure that we all have the support we need to live healthy and fulfilling lives.
Hey, this is Kareem with Samosa Man. We're out here just vending at the rally. Vermont's a community that we've been a part of for 25 years, and one thing I really love about the people is that we're always willing to fight for the greater good and want to see this world a better place where everyone has the chance to succeed and at the very least, feed their families and live that quote-unquote American dream.
Hi, I'm Paul with the Apartheid-Free Community Campaign of the Vermont Coalition for Palestinian Liberation. And we're organizing across the state to make Vermont apartheid-free. So we're working with organizations, unions, faith groups, political groups, community organizations to adopt the Apartheid-Free Community Pledge against Israeli apartheid and genocide. And we're also having votes across the state so towns and cities can adopt Apartheid-Free Community Pledge. And that leads to figuring out how to materially break ties with Israeli apartheid.
Hi, I'm Nora, she, her pronouns, and I'm here volunteering today with the local organization, nonprofit, Rights and Democracy. We have both a Vermont and a New Hampshire chapter. We're all over the state, and we are self-organizing in support of building people power for various local and federal issues, especially in response to the recent federal landscape. We have twice monthly federal resistance team meetings online that we'd love to have you join if interested. You can go to our website.
Hi, I'm JP Isabel. I'm the executive director of the Vermont AFL-CIO. We are an organization of union affiliates here in Vermont. We're here to celebrate Labor Day, and we're here promoting Proposal 3, which will be on the ballot in Vermont in November 2026. It's a constitutional amendment which will protect the right to join a union and collectively bargain into the Vermont Constitution. Illinois did it in 2022, and we're going to be doing it in 2026. So we're out here educating folks about it today, and in the next year or so we'll be out in your communities at events with mailers and TV ads, hoping that everybody will get behind and support Proposal 3 and support workers' rights here in Vermont.
Hi there, my name is Erhard Manka. I'm here with my bandmates, Brass Balagan. We're going to introduce ourselves and talk a little bit about why we're here today.
I'm Romney Palmer. And I'm Sarah, here to support workers.
I'm Bob Belcher, and that's my real name.
I'm Al Johnson-Kurtz, Workers of the World Unite.
I'm Ari Earlbaum. I support labor and also like playing music.
So yeah, thanks guys. So again, we're Brass Balagan. We've been around since about 2010. We started in the aftermath of the Occupy Wall Street movement back in the era of the Great Recession after 2008 and the mortgage meltdown, when it became really clear that inequality was increasing by leaps and bounds in our country. And so, we're here to both support. We're part of the 98% or 99%. We are here to support our siblings in the labor movement and all of the other movements here. We're a band that is opposed to all forms of oppression, and the music we play is music of resistance of all kinds. We play music from all over the world. We started as a klezmer band, playing klezmer, Jewish klezmer music, Balkan music, but we've diversified, and we now play a bunch of different Latin tunes and some pop tunes. We play a jazz tune. So yeah, we're here to support our siblings in the labor movement and all the various organizations here that are supporting resistance against oppression of all kinds and supporting the resistance against Trump and his fascist allies and their attempt to take over the United States and to undermine and destroy our democracy. What we hear maybe in the background is the marchers are coming back from their march around downtown, and folks spoke about various members of the different resistance movements, spoke downtown at various stops, and we'll welcome them back. And as soon as everybody is assembled back in the park, we're gonna play a set, and there's gonna be 3 other bands playing after us.
Hi, my name is Emily, and I'm at the Labor Day event. I'm here to, with RAD, Rights and Democracy Vermont, to help people take protesting to the next level and organize. So that's why we're here, and it's important to support our laborers and our unions. So you can sign up if you're interested right now. RAD is working, putting together a federal resistance team. And we're working on what the packaging says. We're self-organized, trying to figure out the best way to respond to the federal moment.
Just 2 more speakers and then we get to eat, thanks to the People's Kitchen. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Donald Trump has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Donald Trump has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Donald Trump has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Donald Trump has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Donald Trump has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Donald Trump has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Donald Trump has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Donald Trump has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Donald Trump has got to go. Come on down, everybody. Come on over! Come on down, everybody! There's Norman and Nolan to be your final MCs before our last 2 speakers. Give it up for Norman and Nolan!
Hi everyone, my name is Nala Brownell. I'm one of the co-chairs of the Green Mountain Democratic Socialists of America. Also a proud member of the Vermont Coalition for Palestinian Liberation. Been informed, I have to remind everybody that we still have lovely people going around with buckets. If you haven't already, please donate. Your donations go to paying for the event and our future conference. I want to introduce my co-MC, Nolan.
All right, thanks everyone. My name's Nolan. I'm the Vice President of AFSCME 1674. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get to our last handful of speakers. It's my pleasure to invite up to the stage Lizzie Harkins and David Schaffenberger from AFG 2604 and AFG 2706.
Good afternoon, everybody. I will. I get it. It's the microphone, but that's good. I got it. Hello, everybody. My name is Lizzie Harkins. I'm the president of Local 2604 for the American Federation of Government Employees, and I work for the Department of Veteran Affairs. Do we have any veterans in our crowd today? Come on up front, please. If you're a veteran, I want you up front because I speak for you. I need my veterans. Hurrah! So good afternoon, my brothers, my sisters, my fellow soldiers. I quickly wrote this in the car, so please bear with me. Labor Day is more than a holiday. It's a call to action. A call to action. It's a reminder that every right we as workers fought for, not given. And right now, those rights are under attack. We are the boots on the ground for our American veterans. We stand for them. No one else does. We are their voice when they cannot speak. We are their protectors. We are their caregivers. We are their advocates. And yet, while we fight for them, there are those who want to silence us. They want to strip our union rights, weaken our voice, and leave us powerless. Let me tell you, taking away our voice does not hurt our workers. It hurts our veterans. It sets the stage for the future in safety, in care, in trust, and for your benefits. Every veteran here has a right to benefits. And my job, I stand for you. My colleagues in the Department of Veteran Affairs, we stand for you. We speak for you. And we are all essential employees. And you guys need to fight for us as we fight for you. We cannot and will not be complacent. We cannot stand by while our rights are stolen piece by piece. Not now, not ever. We are the voice, we are the strength, we are the first line of defense for workers, for veterans, for what is right. That's right. Today, on Labor Day, we rise together, we demand respect, we demand dignity, and we demand every worker's voice be heard. Because when we fight together, we win together. So my fellow veterans, I do not care if you are red, if you are blue, or if you vote purple. I do not care. We are unity. We are one in the same, and we must stand together. I do not care who you vote for, but we need to stand together for your rights to protect you and to protect the workers who are the boots on the ground for all of you. Right now, there is still 30,000 positions within the Department of Veteran Affairs that are being reorganized. In other words, what they're going to do is deactivate. They are deactivating 30,000 positions. That's your care. That's your care. Those are your benefits. And we, as the boots on the ground that work for our veterans, are here to fight for you. So give us back our collective bargaining and stand with us as we fight to get that back. Thank you. Thank you for everything. I'm going to introduce you to my friend David here. Again, I'm Local 2604. I'm the president, and I represent New Hampshire, Massachusetts, and Vermont. David?
Well, many thanks to the organizers of this event. What a great event, what a great day. And many thanks to all of you for showing up here in solidarity with the working force of America, because we are all volunteers of America. My name is David Schravenberger, and I'm the president of Local 2076 of the American Federation of Government Employees. We represent federal workers, primarily in Vermont and upstate New York, that work for the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, that component of the Department of Homeland Security. We are the workers that process the paperwork and conduct the interviews that confer benefits to non-citizens that want to legally come to our country to take advantage of the many opportunities our nation offers. We do not wear black masks and tactical gear. We do not ride around in unmarked black vehicles and take people who don't look like us into custody. That is not who we are. As federal employees, we are forbidden by law to strike or to take any sort of job action against the government. We must depend on our employer to respect and follow our negotiated collective bargaining agreements. We must continue to fight through the courts and the Congress. A little history here. Back in March 27th, President Trump signed Executive Order 14251, labeled Exclusions from Federal Labor Management Relations Programs. This order cites national security as justification for excluding over 30 federal agencies and agency subdivisions, representing approximately 75% of unionized federal workers from collective bargaining rights. Yeah, boom. AFGE and various other labor organizations immediately after filed a suit claiming that this order exceeds statutory authority and violates our First Amendment constitutional rights, among other things. Then, a federal judge issued a preliminary injunction blocking federal agencies from implementing the March executive order, finding that the measure amounted to retaliation against labor groups. Then, a three-judge panel grants an emergency stay on the preliminary injunction, allowing the administration to begin implementation of the executive order pending appeal. Their decision was made partially on the premise that agencies would stop short of terminating union contracts until the legal challenges had concluded. Then, the Office of Personnel Management retroactively amended its guidance governing implementation of the executive order to allow agencies to continue to cancel collective bargaining agreements. Then, the White House directs agencies to begin implementing the order, signaling the cancellation of collective bargaining agreements for hundreds of thousands of federal workers. That's 2/3 of the federal workforce. Yeah, boom. Last week, AFGE filed a brief with the same court on AFGE's lawsuit against the Trump administration. and the original 3-judge panel announced that the Ninth Circuit of Court of Appeals would vote on whether to rehear the case with the court's entire branch presiding. Now, Trump's order exempts some unions, including Immigration and Customs Enforcement, that's ICE, and Customs and Border Protection, CBP, from losing their collective bargaining rights. Can you guess which components of DHS supported the current administration in the last election and coincidentally have refrained from any attempt to challenge the administration's workforce policies? I can. AFG National President Edward Kelly said President Trump's decision to issue a Labor Day proclamation shortly after stripping rights from thousands of civil servants, a third of whom are veterans, should show American workers what he really thinks about them. This executive order is another clear example of retaliation against federal employee union members who have bravely stood up against his anti-worker, anti-American plan to dismantle the federal government. They have created division, anxiety, and uncertainty in our daily life as government employees. And this attack on the working class in government is just the first step. And that's right. And you have to hear this. Very recently on MSNBC, the Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem told DHS's Homeland Security Advisory Council that there's people here in this department that don't support what we're doing, and that she is seeking advice on how to fire people who don't like us. Her message to employees was to clap louder or clear your desk. President Kelly recently was quoted as saying, I think that what this administration is doing is trying us as a test bed. If they are successful, I do believe that they'll be coming after every labor organization in the U.S. This is a fight for the very democracy of this country, and this is a fight for every worker in America. So, contact your congressional office. Urge them to discharge and pass H.R. 2550, the Protect America's Workforce Act. This bill would restore collective bargaining rights to federal employees, and Executive Order 14251 stripped 1 million now federal workers of their right to collectively bargain. That executive order is not just an attack on federal workers or unions, but an attack on all workers. And the labor movement is one of the most essential bulwarks against authoritarianism. Call your congressional office when you see something you don't like. They need to hear our stories. Our stories are the ammunition they need to change Congress. Be visible, like today. Attend rallies and marches. Know that their attempt to take us to an authoritarian form of government run by the rich and privileged class is fragile, and that there are more of us than there are of them. Talk to relatives and friends across the country, especially to those where the map is shading red. Listen to what they have to say. Remember, we're all going to have to work together on both sides of the aisle to get where we need to go. And finally, in Vermont, we have Proposal 3 on the ballot next year. This will make Vermont a state where the right to join a union and the right to collective bargaining are constitutionally protected rights. No politician will be able to take away these rights if this amendment passes. And now is the time to start spreading the word. Vermont deserves a safe workplace and good-paying jobs. And remember, one more thing. The final victory for us will come at the ballot box. Vote yes for workers' rights and let the voice of the people be heard. Thank you.
I'm just going to say this one last time. We all need to stand together, and we need to stop the union busting. So all together now, stop union busting. Stop union busting. Stop union busting. Stop union busting. Thank you.
Amazing. Hey, I got a quick question for you all, folks. When workers' rights are under attack, what do we do? I didn't quite hear you. When workers' rights are under attack, what do we do? That's right. I'm proud to introduce our next speakers from UVM Staff United, Ellen Kay and Claire Whitehouse.
Okay, y'all, we're in the home stretch of a really long, really amazing day, right? Can you hear me back at the AFT tent? Can you hear me over in the food line? I said, can you hear me in the food line? That's better, thank you. So my name is Ellen Kay, and I work at Howe Library at University of Vermont, and I am proud to serve as co-president of UVM Staff United.
I'm Claire Whitehouse. I work at the Center for Rural Studies at UVM, and I am also proud to serve as co-president of UVM Staff United. Together, Ellen and I represent 1,500 clerical, technical, specialized, and professional workers at the University of Vermont. And we're here today to tell you a story about worker power and solidarity. About how 3 unions at the University of Vermont teamed up to fight for workers' privacy and safety, and won! In early July, UVM launched a dependence audit requiring employees by September 5th to upload birth certificates, marriage licenses, adoption papers, and they wanted us to upload to WTW, a third-party multinational company with the goal of removing healthcare coverage for so-called ineligible family members to save money for the university. Our members immediately understood the danger of surrendering sensitive personal documents in a time where the federal government is targeting workers and students who are immigrants and who are queer. We fought back. Together with United Academics, the UVM Faculty Union, and local UE Local 267, the Custodial and Maintenance Union at UVM. We worked together. We fought back against something that looked and smelled an awful lot like what our federal administration is doing, making unfounded accusations of waste, fraud, and abuse. And asking for our papers, targeting DEI and vulnerable workers and students. Almost 700 of us participated in answering a survey to share our worries about the audit and to commit to take action about it, including waiting to submit those documents. And a month into the audit, with the September 5th deadline approaching, hundreds of us had still not complied. Our unions stood firm together in our demand to pause and negotiate the audit. And when UVM still refused to negotiate, we turned to people power. We built an action plan, starting with the show of unity. Members of all 3 unions wore our union t-shirts to work on the first Wednesday in August. And we continued to press UVM to negotiate, telling the administration that we would take this fight to the public, and we made good on that promise.
1 week later, employees from all 3 unions marched on the office of our brand new president, calling for her to pause the audit and negotiate. We delivered our survey responses to HR and directly to the president's office, along with hundreds of handmade attestations and stories about our families, the human beings that UVM refers to as our dependents. We demanded a meeting the following week and made another promise that we would take this story to the first-year students at convocation ceremony if they chose not to meet with us. We held signs at that rally saying, "We're practicing for convocation." And most importantly, hundreds of UVM employees continued to refuse to comply with the audit, protecting their data and making HR and UVM sweat. The media covered the rally and the story was out.
Less than 1 week later, the university capitulated by announcing 2 major changes to the audit. First, they agreed to direct this third-party company to delete all our data immediately after the end of the audit. And second, they agreed to an option that left out the third party entirely, allowing our employees to go directly through in-house HR. So what did we learn? Even when our right to bargain is denied, we can force our employer to change course through collective pressure. Non-compliance and collective action are powerful. We won because half of affected employees didn't comply with the original plan for the audit. We won because our action strategy communicated clearly to the university and the broader community exactly why we weren't complying.
That's right.
Now, we have some questions for you. Ready? Are you ready for some questions? Yes. If we had complained aloud about the audit, but quietly completed it as told, would we have had any leverage? No! Correct. And if we had waited to comply with the audit without making public demands, would we have been able to exert the pressure we needed? No! This summer, we harnessed the incredible power of solidarity.
This summer, we trained the boss, showing them what we would and would not accept. I got one more question. Do you think these tactics are only useful when used against our employers? No! All of us are here today in solidarity with people all over this country to oppose this authoritarian takeover. To win, we need to train the boss together, just like our 3 unions are doing at UVM, just like unions have always done. Will we comply?
No! Will we comply? No! Will we be silent? No! Or will we recognize and harness our collective power? Look around you. Will we have each other's backs and refuse to back down on our way to building a better world?
Yes! One more time. Be with me. When I say union, you say power. Union! Power! Union! Power! When I say people, you say power. People! Power! People! Power! Out!
All right. I just want to say one more time, thank you to everyone that has come out today. And I want to say thank you to the many organizations and unions that participated in making this such an amazing event today. The task for everyone here moving forward is going to be to take this energy, take this organizing from the streets into your workplace. If you are in a union I want you to get more involved in it. I want you to help radicalize it. I want you to help get it strike ready. If you are not in a union, I want you to go in your workplace and organize one. Because that's where our power lies, and that's going to be the next step to fighting back against the fascism that's in our country. All right, I'm going to throw it over one more time to Nana before we wrap up. Thanks again, everyone.
Thanks for sticking around, everyone. I want to close out before we introduce our musical acts. Just to remind everybody, October 25th is our People's Organizing Conference. Put it on your calendars. I'm so happy that it's taking place in Winooski High School. I live in Winooski. I'm a renter of Winooski. Winooski is a city that has committed itself to being against genocide, against apartheid. Our Winooski school has voted to become a sanctuary school, and I think this is the perfect place to learn how to organize. It's crucial that we do not leave here thinking that we can't be organizers ourselves, because the reality is an organizing conversation starts with one person talking to another. So October 25th, Winooski High School, the People's Organizing Summit. I hope to see you there. Thank you. And let's hear it for our first musical act, Brass Ballaghan.
Hi, we are Fred and Carol from Charlotte, temporarily, and I was just telling Ashley Smith what a well-organized and educational event this was. It was really one of the best such events I've been to in many years, and I do go to a lot of rallies and marches.
We're really happy to see how the movement in Vermont has embraced the interconnectedness of issues of Palestine and migrant rights and what's happening to workers, federal workers, workers in the area, issues of homelessness or unhoused people, that it's seen as one single issue, and that was really clear in the rally today, and that's what my sign has to say, that they're all connected, and the rally was able to make that point, and it was great to be walking down Church Street so that other people could hear that too.
Why are you here, Sharon?
I'm here because every time there's a protest, there's about 10 more issues to protest against, and so that we don't feel so alone in our struggle.
My name's Jonathan, and I'm happy to be here on Labor Day. It's a great reminder that union power is people power, and to celebrate that with my neighbors.
Why are you here, Dave?
Partly the same thing, solidarity with other people. Plus, we have to keep showing up. We have to hang on. We have to hold on to each other and to our beliefs.
Hi there, I'm Jacob Berkowitz from UVM Medical Center Support Staff United, here with several of my colleagues. We're here for a great march celebrating the labor movement and speaking out against the attacks that have been going against the labor movement in recent months, and also against vulnerable communities, such as folks who rely on Medicaid and need us to speak out. So we're here celebrating with all the other unions, and it's been a great time. Thank you.
My name is Bethany. I'm with the Vermont Coalition for Palestinian Liberation at the Labor Day rally. We just marched pretty much all over downtown Burlington. And we want to just say free Palestine, because Palestinians are workers too. We're all labor workers, and we're all in this fight together. So free Palestine, and join the apartheid-free community for Burlington. Thank you.
Hola, hola, hola a todos. Gracias por esta oportunidad para compartir. Feliz día del labor o del trabajo a todos los que ven este programa.
Hello, hello. How we doing, everyone? Thank you so much for the opportunity to say Happy Labor Day to everyone who's watching.
Sí, sabemos que no todos pueden tener un feliz día de labor porque a muchos les tocó todavía trabajar y especialmente mando un saludo a todos los trabajadores de la agricultura que tienen que seguir trabajando, que los días festivos no existen, pero por eso existe este día donde nos manifestamos para exigir justicia, dignidad y un cambio verdadero para asegurar los derechos en todos los trabajos como la agricultura.
And happy Labor Day in particular to those of us who couldn't get the day off, for everyone, especially agricultural workers who don't get holidays, who work regardless. That's why we have a day like this, right? So that we can get together, we can organize, we can protest, we could raise our voices to fight so that everyone has just and dignified working conditions.
Y hoy marchamos cientos y cientos, yo creo que miles de personas en el centro de Burlington, lo cual se sintió muy poderoso reconocer y apapachar a cada uno de los que hicieron esto posible. Y denunciamos las injusticias que están pasando también contra la comunidad migrante y alzamos todos nuestra voz para denunciar y que no estamos de acuerdo con esto.
And today, Labor Day 2025, hundreds and hundreds of us marched through the streets of downtown Burlington, raising our voices for dignified, fair wages, fair workplace conditions, fighting for the workplace rights of all of us, right? It felt really, really powerful, and I want to say a huge thank you, send gratitude, big hugs to all of the organizers who made today possible. Also, we took the chance today to speak out against the injustices that our community is facing. As workers, we're being targeted by immigration officials in a way that is violating our basic human rights.
Y sí, feliz día del trabajo a todos.
So yeah, happy Labor Day, everyone. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Jake.
I'm Kate.
And we're from the Vermont Workers Center. And we are here in solidarity because, honestly, we gotta oppose this where we can. For us, the struggle against our condition has been not just against Trump and the current regime, but generally speaking, it has been against billionaires and the wealthy for quite some time. We organize around universal health care and Medicaid for all precisely because we believe health care is a human right. Do you want to add anything?
Yeah, sure. Just that the only way to change the situation that we're in is to get organized, and those that are struggling the most have the least to gain, the least to lose and most to gain by changing the system, by transforming it from the bottom up. We have to get organized to fight, and that's those of us who are poor, those of us who are workers, whether we're employed or unemployed, those of us who are on Medicaid or excluded from it, no matter what country we're from or what language we speak, we have to come together to fight for a system that actually works for all of us.
And so with that, we say, as we always say, forward together and not one step back.
Hi, I'm Bob from Plainfield, Vermont, and we came out today for all the reasons that everybody else is here, but in particular for our grandchildren. It seems that as climate has been put on the back burner while we fight day by day against the next unbelievable, unimaginable event that occurs. And we organize with a lot of groups, but primarily Declare Emergency and also Rights and Democracy Vermont. And we're glad to be out here and supporting people because without the feet in the street, we're not going to go anywhere. Check.
I'm Becky, also from Plainfield, and we made a commitment early this year that we were going to try to go to every kind of demonstration or anything that we could in person just to support it. And this was calling us, so here we are. And it's been a great afternoon. Thank you.
destruction, torturers of death's construction. In the fields of bodies burning, as the war machine keeps turning. Beg for mercy for mankind, poisoning their brainwashed minds. Oh, Lord, yeah! Politicians, they hide themselves away, 'cause they only started the war. Treating people just like pawns in chess. Give that world to the poor. Yeah. Time was heaven, they had power minds, and made great war just for profit. They made people just like pawns in chess, waiting judgment day comes. Yeah. Now in darkness world stops turning, ashes where the body's burning, death and hatred to mankind. The hand of God has struck the hour. Should've got my lyrics. Oh yeah! Then the judgment God is calling, and on their knees the war pigs crawling, begging mercies for their sins, and Satan laughing spreads his wings. Whoa, Lord, yeah! Hi, my name's Ben Cobalt. It's wonderful seeing so many people out for Labor Day. Enjoy the rest of the festivities. Enjoy the rest of the bands. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Kason. I'm the co-director of the Peace and Justice Center. I have been so amazed at the turnout today. It's been absolutely incredible. We've had so many people come through the park and so many people in the march, really just standing up against authoritarianism and standing up for each other. And it's been a beautiful moment, and I feel like I've been honored to be here.
Hello, I'm David Zuckerman. I'm a farmer in Heinsberg and also your former lieutenant governor. And I'm here today at the Labor Day rally in Battery Park, joining in over 1,000 events around the country, even I think over a dozen or about a dozen in Vermont, standing up on Labor Day for workers of all stripes, or for workers who are underpaid, for workers who don't have health care as they do in every other industrialized country in the world, for workers who can't afford their rent or their mortgage because prices are so high, because we have a system that makes them worth more money as opposed to the foundation of a decent living, being able to afford a house. And I'm out here on Labor Day standing in solidarity with so many groups who are coming out not only for workers on Labor Day, but to take on the billionaire class that is running our country, that is taking over our country with rules that are above the law, that rules as if they're above the law,
and the growing movement against the creep towards authoritarianism that we're living in right now. Using our military forces to enforce municipal laws and state laws in municipalities that did not even ask for it. And in Washington, D.C., where the crime rate, particularly the violent crime rate, is at its lowest in years and is going down, is all about trying to make us comfortable with the military being used as an augmented force. And it's all part of the playbook that's out there. Stacey Abrams does a great job talking about it. Many more people are. Garrett Graff did a really good piece recently. You should look it up, talking about the steps towards authoritarianism and normalizing the military on our streets in our country as we approach what's going to happen a year and 2 months from now, which is an election. And if they put military police into urban areas to suppress the vote, and it's all part of the playbook, you're going to see depressed turnout and altered outcomes. It's just like gerrymandering and everything else. So people here were aware. They're aware that we need to fight for workers' rights and economic justice for people across the board. And that's why I'm here today, to stand in solidarity with folks on these issues.
Hey, this is Fareed and Brian. It's Fareed and Brian from People's Kitchen. We also have Jen and Andy, Lindsay, and James in the background. We got Ray from Food Not Cops. We just fed, collectively over 1,000 people, I think. And it was the biggest Labor Day picnic that we've seen in Burlington in quite some time.
We've been having them for the last few years too, and this is the largest one yet. Yeah. And we're here because we were part of a coalition of groups that are planning this event to honor workers on Labor Day. And I guess what I would just say is, what's significant to me is the interconnection between mutual aid and labor, and that when labor needs to stand up for our rights, it's mutual aid between union members and between neighbors that can support people during strikes and other rough times. And so mutual aid is going to be increasingly important as we see a collapse of the social safety net, considering federal policy. So everyone should be considering ways to be involved in their community, helping others to the best of their ability. And even though it would have been nice to have a day off today, this was meaningful labor to do on Labor Day, to connect with our community this way. That's how I feel.
So I think people know us as a mutual aid group, but I think there's a difference, because like mutual aid, we already have like the police, fire departments, like the bosses already organized. They already engage in mutual aid. What we're doing is what we do is a survival project for the working class, because this is how we survive. The other side is already organized. The other side that is already, they're winning. And so for us, to be able to pull off a general strike, which I think at this point that's our best hope for a change in the world. That's nonviolent. It's the general strike. We have to be ready to feed people, to help people get healthy, to talk to people, to have people's art appreciated, and people have to be fed. I mean, no matter what's going to happen, they will need to be fed, and we'll be there to feed them.
There's one other thing, that it's about more than food. Someone reminded me of this today. It's also about community, because we go out every week, 3 nights a week, and we bring food to our unhoused neighbors. But our unhoused neighbors bring food to the meal as well, and we talk about what's going on in the world, and we provide support to each other. We talk about our problems with each other, and really what comes along with the food is community. And it's eating together is one of the most intimate things humans do. It's bonded us together. It's deeply rooted in our survival. But we don't just, when humans eat, we don't just go we don't just go to a dish like a dog and eat it and then walk off. We sit, we talk with each other, we connect. And so by providing food in mutual aid, we're not just taking care of people's survival needs, we're taking care of other needs, social needs to feel like they belong and like they can contribute something to the community. And so it's providing social opportunity as well. And that's really important for people's health. especially during these times of disconnection and fragmentation and polarization in our society. We need to come together and not only survive but thrive.
I just had some delicious samosas from Samosa Man. I brought him some of our food, and he really appreciated it. And I actually am really looking forward to trying somebody else's junk food. It's and we both agree like that's beautiful. Like we just trade even within like people who actually cook. So there's definitely a better world out there. We just have to organize for it.